her presence, Miss Habiba Kahinde. How are you doing today?
Hi, I'm fine. Thank you. Thanks. It's really nice to see you guys again.
So without much ado, I want to welcome Camilla Nontra.
Yay!
Oh my goodness. I should come to you every day when I'm feeling when I need.
Correct. This is Sudan.
Wow.
Sudan. Believe it or not, Sudan has more pyramids than Egypt.
Interesting.
Begin to think in a Pan-African way, because they now see that their conditions are not just about that local space, but the condition is linked to all of the other.
Hello. How you doing today?
I am fine.
Good morning from San Diego, California. My name is Fred Nontra. I'm co-host of the Pan-Africana Show. Welcome to our show. I want to start by thanking God for today. By Him we live, we move, and have our being. And today is also a special day for my native land of Ghana. Happy Independence Day to Ghana. And I'm going to hand it over to Jesse.
Well, good morning, afternoon, and evening, everybody, depending on what quadrant of the world that you are in. It is always a pleasure to be able to get to see you all. And I know it's been a little while since we've last talked. But as always, we have yet another special guest, someone who is going to enlighten us about things in Brazil, things in Israel. And I've been dying to talk to her for a long time. So without further ado, we have Paula WOLFFBERG, i.e. Paulina. How are you doing? Uh-oh.
Welcome. I think we...
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hey.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So there may be a little delay. Let me see. So first off, Ana Paula, can you tell the people who are not familiar with you, tell them a little bit about who you are and where you are from? I think she might have froze.
Oh yeah, I think she froze. Uh-oh. Well, thank you, Michael. Michael says Happy Independence Day. Thank you. Thanks a lot, Michael. We appreciate you. Appreciate your support.
What do y'all do for Independence Day? Is there any kind of celebration, festivities?
Yeah, usually we have they have like a parade and all that, and yeah, they have festivities, they have parties, all of that. So just implore them to take it easy in these times.
Okay. Well, while we work on some tech issues with Paulina, tell us a little bit about the significance of Ghana's Independence Day.
So yeah, Ghana was the first out of in all of colonial Africa to get independence, 1957. And then to help us get our independence was our first Prime Minister, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, who also played a significant role in the diaspora and the unity. His thing was to unite Africa, because Ghana would be of no use for Ghana to have independence without the whole independence of Africa. So he's the first, not he's the first, but he actually pushed it forward. There were others before him. There was of course Marcus Garvey, W.E.B. Du Bois, and Edwin Blyden, and all those characters. But he pushed it forward, and he went forward, and he had an influential role in the organization, OAU organization. OAU's Organizations of African Union, and it is now which is now African Union. This was founded in Addis Ababa in the 60s. I forget the date. It's been a while now. And then even a significant what happened on that Independence Day, which I said before, was some of our brothers. There was I forget who else, but excuse me.
All right. So while we're doing that, we're dealing with a couple different tech issues. We're trying to get Paulina on as we go. But we've been celebrating today, Ghanaian Independence Day. And when we get Paulina back, what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about Brazil. If you have been following people on TikTok here recently, you may have seen that in the past month, there was a lot of different TikTok posts about Black history, but not just Black history in Africa or Black history in America, but Black history in Central and South America. And I have learned more about Black history and everything from the slave trade to different revolutionary figures throughout South America and Central America than I had ever heard before. So I think this is a great opportunity for us to be able to hear directly about, kind of what was going on in Brazil at the time. It looks like we might have her back. Paulina, do we have you?
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry
no
for
problem.
we just moved and I actually were in the basement, when it's the place where we go when there is the alarms. So yeah, so now I think it's better.
No problem, no problem. We're happy to have you.
That's Roxy's sharing.
Yes. Hey, Roxy.
So now I think it's much better. Yeah. Happy Independence Day to Ghana.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, I got a little bit lost because I didn't know what to do. But here I am.
Not a problem. Well, I want to start off by giving you an opportunity to introduce yourself to the people who are watching. Tell us who you are, what you do, and where you're from.
So my name is Ana Paula. I'm from Brazil, from Salvador. And I was born in a suburb, the name is São Caetano. It's a suburb in El Salvador. We call there the low city because they are divided between low city and the high city. We call suburb. And nowadays you can call also favela. And nowadays we call favela in all the suburbs in Brazil become favela. Yeah. And I came from a very pretty much nice and a very blessed family, and I was raised by my mama and by my grandmother and all my aunts. I have 6 aunts, and
Wow.
my father he died when I was by age 3, and so I grow up there and I stayed there until by age 25. Now I'm 36. And I studied there. I did all my high school in Brazil and did a lot of course. And my first job was a trainee in SESC. SESC, it's it was like a government institution, where you have a lot of activities and museums and a lot of sports, like a sports center, and we have a lot of restaurant and for the government, basically. So I did there. I was a trainee, and I studied also financials, administration and financial, and this administration and what else? I did a lot of stuff. If I'm gonna tell you, Yeah, from all my life, I work and a lot. I started work by age 15. It was my first
Wow.
work, yeah. And then from there, I did like few courses. I never did college. Okay. I wanted, but I preferred to work. I started to work and help my family, help my mother, and yeah. So after I finished my high school, I started to learn English.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm gonna tell you a little bit about it. How I got interested about English when I was like in the end of my high school. I was by 14 years old, and I got very happy. Oh, sorry, very interested and happy about the music, and I want to learn how to sing. Exactly, but until now I don't know how to sing in English. I also think it's like you know.
When you say music, what kind of music were you listening to? Who were you listening to?
By that time I was listening, like Britney Spears and Backstreet Boys and all these musicians, and also I like Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey, all these the Americans that also used to play in Brazil too. So all the songs that was pop in Brazil, it was the songs that I know, like Mariah Carey and I like also Nina Simon. I don't know.
Nina Simone, yeah.
Oh, Nina Simone, yeah.
Yeah. Sade. I don't know if I'm saying good because my English is not
Your English is good. It's good.
It's very mixed, yeah. And Sade, yeah.
Sade, yeah. Sade.
Sade, yeah.
Sade, yeah.
Oh, you got all the classics down. Those are great.
Tupac also, I like him, but I don't know how to sing. But yes, I
Tupac.
like yeah.
We all love Tupac. Okay.
So yeah.
So I'm interested. So tell us a little bit about what was life like in your part of Brazil, like in an average day, kind of what do you see, and do you feel like there was a heavy Black influence or a heavy kind of influence of Afro or Afro-American culture in the area where you were?
Yeah, where I live, it's basically it's the community. I'm gonna say it's 80% Black there, and Brazilians, we have our it's our culture. It's very, let's say, it's different. We are a very special people, and I grow up in a street that is not so how you say safe, right? And I'm gonna tell you that my mama and my grandmother, she made sure I didn't lost my way, my way, because there you have two ways, or you go for it and you study and you keep your life, the normal life, study, go to school and then go to work, or you just stay there and go to school when you want. And there is a lot of bars and distractions, let me say, for you. And there it's like not it's dangerous place, but for me, I'm gonna tell you, for me, never happened something, I never got right there inside there happened nothing with me. I was safe all the time. But yes, it's not. We have like what to say nowadays. They call facção. Facção. It's like mafia. I don't know how to say.
Yeah.
So, you know, and unfortunately, most of the people that I grow up with, few of them, you know, got involved, and a few of them, it's like how I say, stuck, because the government, like for all the long of the years, I would say it's right. I'm saying along of the years, it's right to say like this. Among of the years, like
through the years.
Through the years, sorry, yeah, through the years, is everything the same, you know. The opportunity for people, for the low, like how you say, the class C, how they say there. I don't know if you guys understand me, but I'm trying to
no, you're good.
We're good.
Life, back in the day, and you know, the opportunities there is not so high. How I used to how I compared how the life we should have, you know. Sorry, I'm a little bit nervous, and I remember back in the day, and now I see my life, and I know that I'm grateful, you know, first to God that they light me to the right way, but I could be there still doing nothing, or working and going home, and I don't know, God knows. But my family is still there, and they live in the same place, you know, and I believe that if our government they could see they could see how they could make a solution, you know. I don't want to talk about too much about the government, but they could make it better for everyone have a opportunity, because and also people, you know, also people could also think, yes, I have this how you say, I have the government not giving me opportunity to grow, to study, and to think, to go to another step. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I don't know how to explain about it, because it's nowadays I don't live there, but I'm talking about you know, 10 years I'm living here. But in Brazil, I don't know what to say now about Brazil. I mean, about my country right now, but from the time that I was there, from now, I don't see too much change, you know.
Right. Well, let me ask you this. So I know at some point we're going to talk about your transition over to Israel, but before we get there, I'm curious. When you were in school, were there conversations about like Black people or Black contributions to Brazilian society? Did you all have anything similar to that worked into the school curriculum?
Not really.
Not really.
But you have, I remember, like back in the day, they have something called, because I didn't go to the college, but they had something called quota. Quota, it's like in every private school or private school or private college, university, they should have the black people in each place. And I don't like to say like black people or white people. I like to say like persons. How you say students, black students. Okay, let's say they have something like a quota. Rox is here. She can tell me. She also can confirm about this, and they have like a. Let me tell you something. I studied in a private school all my life, and then in high school I was three years on a public school, and there we had like also most of blacks there, but also white people, and they didn't really had like division, like a division. What it's what you asked, right?
Right. We're trying to see, because we always like to, when we talk to people, find out kind of when you came into the world in the area that you're in, were you made to feel a certain way about the culture, history, traditions, customs of your people and your culture?
Yes, we have. We have our festivities, like I say. We have a lot of folklore that it's samba, roda de samba. They have capoeira that is also African. In each school they have a capoeira, let's say. In the community they have capoeira also. The food is African, basically. Our food is African, and we have something called the carajé. That is like, it's like a fried bun, because like this fried bun, and then they put a salad and things, but the oil, it's called dendê. This oil is coming from Africa. I always go to Brazil, I bring also here. I also like to cook African food that they say we have something called caruru also. Caruru, caruru, vatapá. This is for a fest party, and no party. It's like how you say a celebration about saints. About saints. It's something like from the Candomblé. It's a religion that we have in Brazil. That's African also. That came from Africa. That call it the Candomblé, and they have a lot of special food from Africa. We have also, let me remember, because I'm very mixed with culture. After 10 years here, it's like
right, it's different.
so many years, but it's like a life here. But let me remember what else we have. Oh, we have the carnival from Salvador. Yeah, they have in the carnival. You see more the culture. We see more the how can I say? We have parades, okay, and in each parade we have like a lot of black groups, and we have also I want to remember because it's very important. Filhos de Gandhi. Filhos de Gandhi. It's from the carnival we have. It's also a group that they play a lot of African traditional instruments and also the sounds. Yeah, and Ileaye. that also they have the black butte, it's like a Miss Universe, but
Yeah, like a
Okay.
pageant. Yeah.
okay, yeah, Miss Universe, but it's from the Black Butte, from the for Carnival.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Nice, nice. So, so how about what brought about the transition from Salvador to Tel Aviv now? Yeah, that's where you live now, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. What brought
So
about it?
okay, so in 2008, I started to work because I want to practice my English and try to not stop after I finish all my course. I finish studying. I studied like 4 years, but in Brazil, if you don't practice, you just lose it. And I didn't want to lose it, so I went to work in Pelourinho. Pelourinho is the old city, and it's very history. It's there. We have a lot of the black history there. A lot of the tradition of Salvador. It's all there, and also it's a tourist place. Tourist, and I went to work in a hostel there. I stopped to work. I was working in a company as a human resource.
Okay.
Human
Yeah,
resources. Mhm.
Human
yeah,
resources.
yeah. And then I went to work in a hostel to practice my English, and then from there I went to Rio to work, and also in another hostel. And from there, I met my husband today. He's my husband.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and I met my husband there. He went to Brazil to train jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, and then he went to Brazil and he stayed there for 7 months. And when actually, let me tell you, I came to Rio to work in a shop in a mall. Sorry, in a mall, and then selling products, but I didn't like it. So I didn't want to go back to Salvador very fast. After like 1 month, I didn't like the job.
Hmm.
So I went back to work in a hostel, and there my husband, he was there as my co-work. He was also working in the hostel, by that time, and then he came back to Israel, and I didn't know what to do. So after 1 month, he came back. I I took all the money I had, and I came to Israel, and with my mama's help. My
Oh,
mama helped me, yeah. And then I came here, and the beginning was like for me was a little bit shock because I didn't understand the Hebrew. But I was lucky that I could speak English, so it helped me a lot here because it's very important when you go to another country. You have to before you go there, you need to know the basic of the language. But I got very lucky here because I had I came with English, not so wow, but I could, I could get a job, and then I got a job here in a marketing, and then I start all my life here. I came in before we start all the process. When you come, you have all the immigration process. So I was 80 months not working, but I was like studying Hebrew, and I started to study a lot of stuff, like web design. First of all, before I became a graphic designer, I was studying web design by myself, autodidacta. Yeah.
Interesting.
So yeah.
So let me ask you this, because you transitioned from Brazil to Israel. When you get to Israel, do you feel any kind of like tension with your arrival in a new place? And do you feel that there's any kind of like cultural difference, cultural tension once you get there?
Yes, I had.
Okay.
When I came here, the first thing that I saw was the Hebrew, the letters. The first thing that when I left the airport was the letters, and then by the day was I had a little bit of shock the way they talk. It's like very fast, and another language, and I didn't understand nothing, and I couldn't. It was a little bit, how you say, it wasn't difficult. If I tell you that was difficult, I'm lying, but I was shocked that I couldn't understand what they was telling and they were saying. When they speak between them, like, you don't understand, you get like frustrated. But and then what I did, I started to study. I said, yes, now it's time to learn another language. And I went to a school and I did here like 6 months studying. And then after came from the street.
Interesting. So you're telling me you were able to learn Hebrew in 6 months?
No. I mean, no. I went to the basic. The basic. It's like how to do the verbs, and then how to make a sentence, and to learning the words. How you say how I say that, and how I say, but and then I broke my leg.
Oh.
So yes, wow. I broke my leg, and then I said, what am I gonna do now? I started to learn more inside the Hebrew, and I got a book, and it's Portuguese and Hebrew, so I learn from this book, and then after, when my first daughter came, my Hebrew got better. But before that, I was like just most of the time put English, start to, when I didn't know something, and then I said, oh, English, yeah, okay. That's good. And okay.
Oh, no, I was saying that's very impressive to learn a new language in your mid-20s to your 30s. That's definitely very impressive. And then wanna celebrate your work here. So this is Anna's Etsy store. Go and support her. She has all kinds of cool stuff on there. Play skills, toys, and all that. So go on and purchase the item. So do you ship in the US?
Yeah. You wanted me to talk a little bit how I
Yeah,
did.
sure. Yeah, sure. Please.
So when in 2016 my first daughter she born, and then I stopped working because I didn't have my family here to support me. In Brazil, it's when you have a baby, everybody eats help, and you have a lot of help in Brazil.
Is that African culture?
And it's also cheaper. You can have somebody to help you. It's cheaper, but here, no, it's expensive. So it's like it's expensive country, let's say. But it's I love here. I love Israel. It's my second home, and I'm very glad I came here. And when I had my first daughter, I didn't know what to do. And then my husband, he came. We sit and we set up. We sat down, and then we started to talk about what we can do from home. What you can do from home. And then he remembered me that I was studying web design. I started to study web design, and then I stopped it.
Mm-hmm.
And then he said, "Why you don't start to study web design again?" And I said, I don't know, because maybe the way that I studied, I just did everything from the internet. But and then he said, "No, let's go," and he always support me in everything. And then he said, "No, now I'm gonna I would say take 5 hours, 6 hours, the baby from you, her name is Noah, for you to do something for you. Choose whatever, it's not so common when you start when for the first time you became a parent. It's not easy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, totally agree.
Absolutely.
You're afraid of I was afraid of everything in my daughter, if she was breathing, if she was okay. And I was at home. I chose to be at home. And then by 6 months, she was 6 months. And then I went to school, graphic design school here. And I did 1 year. I was studying 1 year here. And then I didn't know. Actually, after I finish, I will be honest. After I finish my course, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do because I start to realize how I'm gonna create.
Mm.
Because in the school you do just do everything that the teacher gives to you, teaches you. So I was like 1 year after I finished my school, I was like more 1 year, like not doing nothing with this, what I did, And then one day I said, no, I studied 1 year and then I'm gonna just don't do nothing with this. But I was like doing for myself stuff, I was my husband also he builds a website.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, he learned how to build a website. And then I started to do his logos and his stuff. And then I did, logo here, and I did I say few illustrations, and then one day I had the idea. I bought to my daughter a toy, and then it's like a matching the matching games that you guys saw, but it was in the paper, and then as soon as she put in the mouth, it, you know, it was not good. So I bought a few wooden square, and then I start to design toys like basically based in Montessori education, because I also learning a little bit about Montessori education, Montessori, and then I start to create in the Illustrator. I start to create a lot of a design, and then print. I have a print, and then I start to print my designs on the board. And then I open up. I said, and then I said, I'm gonna open a shop, and I'm gonna make my design, and if they will like it, they're gonna buy it. If you know, it's all good. I was like, I didn't know if I'm gonna go and work in a studio or create and be a freelance in after work or on the Fiverr.
Mm-hmm.
I saw, and then from it always started from one idea. And then I got blessed by God, and I opened up my company that it's like 9% of my clients are from US.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So what was that process like when you decided you wanted to open up a business in Israel? What is the process like? Is there like a requirement for certain like permits or anything like that you had to figure out and kind of navigate?
Yeah. Until I was like small, like I had like no so much. How you say? I didn't have to buy supplies too much outside. It was good. I didn't have to work to how you say work with the customs. Yeah, now I work with customs. I have agent, but it's a process to open up a company. You have to go through. I have account that basically my account that he does everything. But to license, my company it's license type.
Mm.
And certified. I certified. And, I did all the process, for like I opened up a business, and I did all the bureaucracy, let's say, we have to go through. Yeah.
Yeah, and that sounds amazing to me. I'm thinking about it now, and I'm just trying to imagine the degree of courage that it takes to go somewhere, understanding that there might be a challenge with a different language, and still being able to say, I have a skill set, I have something that I want to produce, and something that I want to put on the open market, and being able to navigate all those bureaucratic hurdles to get there. That's a testament. I am curious, just because you mentioned it earlier. I know you said that your husband was studying Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Does he still do that?
He's a black belt.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
So
He can
no,
now.
no one can mess around.
You want to say he? You want to see? I'm doing. He's a very cool guy and calm, very, very calm. I'm much more energetic than him. He's very tranquilo, and he's very, we are a mixed family,
Mm.
black and white family. and he's like a baiano. He became a baiano. He's from Salvador. Yeah, he speaks Portuguese. We speak Portuguese at home.
Ah.
Oh, you
Yeah.
do? Wow.
Well, how do you feel like do you feel like Israel has any kind of, like, I know in America sometimes with interracial relationships or mixed and blended families, sometimes in American South people can have stares or little nasty comments. In Israel, do you feel like that is received well? Do you feel like there's any kind of pushback?
To be honestly, people just look at me like I'm a stranger. Not now, but before, in the beginning when we were. But nowadays we have a lot of mixed couple here. In 10 years, Israel, because Israel is a young country, 10 years, a lot of stuff changed. But let's say I actually this didn't get to me because I don't give space. I always what I want to say is also that I always was strong. I never let the races come inside of my heart, because if I let this come inside of my heart in my head, sometimes this box us to upgrade, to go and upgrade, to go for it.
Right.
If you have if I let the races come and go inside of my life, I just absorb this, I just absorb it but we didn't have here problem. But somebody, when we go to street, you used to go to street. I don't know nowadays because I don't have time to look to people's, ignorance, let's say.
Right.
Then, but yeah, people like look to us like, wow, because I'm black and he's white, and from the culture here, he's Ashkenazi. Ashkenazi, it's from the European side, but his father came from he came from German, but he was living in South America in Chile. And then I can tell you guys that I didn't let none of nonsense stop my way. I don't let nothing around me. If I'm very positive. Yeah, distract. I don't let the distractions come in. Like I told you, I'm very hustle. I like to work. I like to learn. And then this get me to a point that now I can tell you, I'm happy to get where I got. But everything that I got in my life was because I was concerned and I was positive. I'm a very positive person, and I think life it's easy for everyone. It's difficult, but it's easy. But you have to make it's easy. And sometimes if you let our mind to control our purpose in life, it just get stuck. I don't know if I answer your question.
Oh no, that was a great answer. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Now this is my last question because I'm a big person on food. Has your food taste changed since you've been able to experience food in Brazil and food in Israel? Do you feel like there's a difference now in what you enjoy as opposed to before, or are you still all one or the other? Which one is better?
My Brazilian food, of course. I love my Brazilian food, and
Of course.
we cook a lot Brazilian food here. But I also love
Picanha.
the picanha. Sim, we have a lot of barbecue here. We call churrasco. In Portuguese, we call churrasco. Say the word churrasco. And churrasco, it's barbecue. And
okay,
churrasco. And time to time, I always cook a lot of stuff. We have most of all of the ingredients here. We can find in the center and in the market, the big market we have. You can find a lot of they call Latino market.
Mhm.
And we have a lot of food that I can cook here also. But I also like here shawarma and falafel. Falafel, it's very. It's not from Israel, but Israel. It's a lot of culture together. So the food here, it's mixed. We have food from everywhere, basically.
Okay.
But it's very tasty and it's very good too. I like the food here too.
But what
But
about do y'all have like desserts?
and
Brazilian is
no, not so much. But sometimes I do here from Brazil. I do like a chocolate little balls. It's made, with a condensed milk and and cacao. So
Ah,
yeah, and but I don't like too much sweet. So I'm like I like more salty and I like but the sweets here are also delicious.
that's
Yeah.
good. As you can tell, I'm big on sweets, right? I probably eat way more than what I'm supposed to eat. Um, okay, well, that's good, man. That's awesome. I want to first say that I am totally inspired now by everything that you've been able to do. It sounds like you've been able to reinvent yourself no matter where you have been on the planet. You were able to
Yeah.
reinvent yourself and like keep pushing forward. I love the fact that you say, I'm not letting races get to me. I'm living my life. I'm doing my thing. I'm not going to allow them to affect me. That is a lesson I am going to try to take to my heart. I'm still working on it. The Lord is still working on me.
Yeah, I know it's not easy. We have I every day, I ask myself why God made the two people different. Like the people, we are all different, but we are all the same in the same way, in the same time we are all the same. I mean, we have and always, we have the Asian, the African, and we have the South African, that it's like a lot of in South America, we have a lot of different races there, and we are here. I think we are here to compromise and to just make the world better. I'm a very peaceful person, and I like just all the time to spread just positive stuff, positive vibes, and like I told you, if I let the color come to before myself, I wouldn't be where I am now. And my first inspiration in life was my first boss, and she was black, and she was working in a company that it's it's very big in Brazil. Now I don't know, but it was very big. And my second boss also was black, so I always got them in my mind, and I knew that I knew that I could go and I could success in a life, you know, if I fall these two people as an inspiration in my life, you know, to not let nothing. And then I studied a lot of things, you know, in life.
Mm.
And, my college is the life, you know. My university is life, and I believe
Absolutely.
this. It's good to go to school also, you know. It's good to go to school, but myself, I'm a very focus, you know, focus in what I can do for 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 myself and for people surround me, you know. And
Absolutely.
All right. Wow. Oh yeah, your story definitely is inspirational, and I apologize. I haven't been participation mad because my reception today is pretty bad. It's not cooperating with me, so I keep going in and out, and sometimes I miss some of the stuff you said. But then what I gather is you're very inspirational. You didn't let racism come in the way. You didn't let all the obstacles of being a mother or a wife come in the way.
yeah, all the yes, no, the social problem that we have in Brazil, it's very big. We know it's a big problem. I didn't want to talk a lot about it because it's like if I go for it, it's a long conversation.
Conversation, yeah.
It's a very long conversation, but also it's a very happy people. You know, we are very happy people, and then we don't. At the end, we don't let none of the government stuff and all this the social difference because we have there,
Mhm.
you know, and it's big. But I don't know. I just I'm positive. I'm positive, I always tell myself that I want to see a change in the world. You know, I still want to see people having the same equal rights, and that everyone can succeed in a life because we can do it. We can do it.
All right. So what would you say to someone who in a situation where with so many responsibilities, so many balls to juggle with your mother, your wife, you also have a business. So what would you say to someone
I have
who
a
is
house.
aspiring? Yeah, someone
Please,
who's aspiring to do the same thing. What are some words of wisdom that you could share?
yeah, be grateful. You know, when you wake up in the morning, be grateful. Be grateful just to breathe, you know, and be thankful to God for everything. I'm always thankful, you know, whatever I don't, even the things not going my way, I'm thankful and I stop and I stop and then I always say myself, I always talk to myself and say, now is the time uh breathe. I did a. It's a time to focus in keeping yourself in your how you say, um, not let nothing to stop you and keeping going until you go to the point. You know, I'm also very I'm not so competitive, but to my what I created, uh, I want to do something different that nobody had. And in what I created, you know, it's a head idea. I took inspiration, of course, because in a life, everyone gets inspired from everyone. This is life.
Absolutely.
And then I created these wooden toys, we have a lot of wooden toys, but I said I want to create something that nobody saw yet in the Etsy, and then I did it. I created in 2019, and I started my project. I started 1 year before. And actually, I want to open a subscription box. I don't know if you guys know about it. And then we didn't have it here in Israel, and then I have my friend that he also has a Etsy shop, and he said, "Why don't open a shop in Etsy?" So I said, "Yeah." So let's start with the shop. I have also my website, but I didn't because we do everything here in my home. Everything I do here, I'm making it.
Wow.
I'm preparing all the boxes, all the toys, and it's everything handmade. And yeah,
Wow.
That's awesome.
So,
just
so Michael said, I put it up, but Michael did say the different colors of human race is a deliberate design by the maker in order to give Mother Earth its unique beauty. It should never be a basis of discrimination. It should rather unite us. So Michael absolutely
it's
agrees with you.
right. Yeah, this is. I think if every person had the same thought, like not the same thought because we're not, but the same. How you say? Like he said, the same. We are all one. If you think like everyone here, if I had one idea, somebody in another place might have the idea too. If you would do something here, somebody had like I think everyone is the same. I don't see people as different. And let me tell you something. This last week, I went to the post office, and then I saw now they made something different because of the COVID situation that we can go. We need to make appointment before come to actually to go to do whatever we have to. And then I saw this guy, and I told him, "Wow, you are amazing. How you organize and everything." And and he said to me, he got excited, and he said to me, uh, "Nobody said to me that to me in a long time that I'm amazing." So the world needs more love, the word it's like very upside down. And if we don't make something about it, it's just gonna be worse. you know I don't like nothing like when we before we start we talk we did our podcast today. I asked you guys. I didn't want to talk about the government because it's just crazy what everything is going on in the world. And then I think we people need to talk more about love, but more about raising each one, you know, each one. And we have now that we have the technology and the internet, we have a lot of things to the good and to the bad. And I'm also just taking the good things to my life and no distractions.
Amen.
I,
Amen.
I can go and I can everything that I did in my life and what I'm now. It's everything from myself, and um, I didn't let nothing stop me, nothing. And I'm sure that everyone can make it, and I'm sure for the rest of the years, if for the rest of the years, if each one uh, let more, good things to life and love and helping each other. I'm a very helpful. I love to help people in the way that I can help. But nowadays you don't see too much this, and I always think what's going on. I always ask myself why you are divided so much.
Yeah, that's the $1,000,000 question. I think if we knew the answer to that, we get it.
It's crazy because all the best, let's say a little bit. I'm gonna talk just a little bit about the color difference. But if you're thinking about all the best in the world, let's say best musician and best basketball player and the best football player, all in our skin, and I'm very glad for that, and I wish that everyone that is black like us don't let the races get inside of your head, because we can do it. We can be a Michael Jordan. We can be a Oprah. I don't know the
Winfrey, Oprah Winfrey.
Oprah Winfrey, yeah.
Yeah, we can all be whatever we want. We just need to go and focus on it and be positive and be forceful of everything. Be grateful. I am everything. All for every sale I get, I say thanks God, thanks God. I wake up and I say thanks God. I go to sleep and I say thanks God. Before ask him, I say thanks God. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, we're coming to the end of our time, but I want to make sure that people have means to contact you. So, what are your social media handles for your business so people can get in touch?
And I have my Instagram. It's Pauli Wolf, like a double F in the like Wolf, double F in the end. I have a YouTube channel. I didn't talk about it.
Oh yeah,
but
yeah. Tell us about that.
I have a YouTube channel. My name is Paula WOLFFBERG. I'm gonna
Holy Wolf like this. Instagram.
No, I'm writing here for you guys.
Okay, please. Yeah.
And I'll go on and do the disclaimer while she's writing. So usually every week I tell people this is not the time to be Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and shoot your shot. But this week I don't even have to do it because her husband is a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So it's at your own risk. You've been warned.
Pauli Wolf, yeah. And I have a YouTube channel. It's Ana Paula WOLFFBERG, and my channel is about cats. I'm also a cat lover, and I have some nice videos there. And I got some viewers, like I don't know from where, but I have like over 1 million viewers.
Oh wow!
In one video,
wow. 1 million views. Wow.
I'm blessed. I'm always thankful. And I even don't work with, I don't use them, I'm gonna show you guys. Yeah. This is my my video. So,
I see. I see it.
Yeah. So I have like a few viewers there, and it's nice cat videos. And basically my Facebook, I don't use too much anymore, because it's too much information.
Understood. Understood. Well, I just want to say again, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to get to know you a little better, to get to know your story.
I hope
And all the inspiration. Like, I feel like you filled us up with inspiration on how to take on the world, especially being Black people trying to navigate systems, and sometimes these systems getting under your skin. So I feel empowered. Thank you for that. And I'm looking forward. I've already told Roxy and Luciana, I've got Israel on the list. So I don't know when I'm gonna get there, but I'm coming through.
Yeah. You're very welcome to come here and come to our home, please.
Absolutely.
Okay, so Michael says, Michael says, have you ever felt the need to visit the African continent, given the fact that you're Black?
Yes, of course. I want to go. I want to go to Nigeria. I want to go to Ghana. I'm one day. I think I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be there. I want to know. I know, my skin, my family. You know what I'm doing? Also, I'm trying to see for which roots came from.
Mm-hmm.
The
AfricanAncestry.com.
Yeah. We all got to do that. That might be a show. That's a show idea. We've got to unveil our results on the show all at the same time, so we can figure out who we are, where we came from.
Now I'm taking all the family informations to go and to see from which part of me. I think I'm a Nigerian or Kenyan. Like my family came from, I feel like
they act like Nigerian. More likely Nigerian.
Yeah, I love my color, and I love to I love to go to places that there is no one from our color, and I'm there, Very nice. And I think everyone should, and like for me, I don't feel like different or better than the others. I just feel like, wow, I got here, and why everyone could not be here also, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I know now Michael will be so proud you have a swollen head, like so smiling from cheek to cheek, because
in Salvador, we actually eat a lot.
Man, look what he said. Definitely in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Shout out to Nigeria.
Salvador, it's very common. We use our how you say in English?
The head wrap.
The head wrap. Yeah.
In Nigeria, they call it gilly. I think gilly, if I'm not mistaken.
In Salvador, we call it turbante.
Yeah. Okay. All right, everyone. So if you haven't done so already, subscribe to our channel. Hit the subscribe button, and we'll cause our video to go viral, just like our guest Anna Paula's videos have gone viral, had 1 million views. Very impressive. She has about 6,000 subscribers. If you haven't done so, subscribe to her channel.
I just don't use it. I just let them there. I don't have time though.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's her channel.
Yeah. Thanks guys for having me, and I'm sorry if I didn't say something clear, but you
did excellently.
Actually, Hebrew, Portuguese, English, and Spanish. Now I'm learning Spanish, so it's a lot of language together.
Wow.
Yeah.
Multilingual.
Yeah,
very impressive.
You did a great job. And I feel like I think I'm getting all kinds of show ideas now, but I feel like if we do this ancestry thing, then we probably have to have a show following kind of how we're connected, because you might be my cousin and we don't even know, right? Like
exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, for those of you who have not already done so, make sure that you subscribe, follow us also on Facebook. It's the Pan Africana Show. and follow us on Instagram at the Pan Africana Show. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. As always, don't forget, Anna Paula's husband is black belt Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Like, you will get kicked in your throat if you come in wrong. So I just want to make sure we put that out there. But thank you all for your time, and we look forward to seeing you all again next week.
All right. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye,
Michael says he's proud of you. You did your best. All right.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.